weighing in at 28 body bags, he hails from where X marks the spot. The hitman for hire, Mr. Grimm!
So welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ambassador of the World Wrestling Network, Trevin Adams. I will be joined here in this booth by the man in the ring, Zach Romero. But right now, making his way to the ring, Mr. Grimm, a man who was a standout at our last Northeast tryout, the one that was led by NXT coach Steve Corino. Grimm, one of those guys that WWN officials said, we want to see more of what he can do, getting 2 opportunities this weekend. The first of which, though, is going to be a heck of a tall mountain to climb. But if there's a man who can do it 5 years in the sport, trained by Matt Wild, a man who currently holds titles in Bandit Wrestling, 1CW, Raise the Bar, and more. So the question right now is going to be this man who's very well-traveled, but also well-known in the Northeast.
And his opponent.
What will he be able to bring against an ACW staple? First time we're seeing Snoop back here in an ACW flagship ring since back at Dangerous Intentions 2019. It's part of a 6-man that involved Matt Del Rey, now ACW heavyweight champion Damian Angel, CJ O'Doyle, Irish Jack, and Francisco Chiazzo. It was a chaotic match, and Snoop did what he does best in that match. He flew, he survived, and honestly, if it wasn't the chaos of things in that match, perhaps it might have won. Instead, though, tonight it is one-on-one. Snoop facing a much bigger opponent in Mr. Grimm. Welcome to the booth, Zach. Kind of roll through things a little bit for folks, gave some background on Grimm. Talked about the last time we saw Snoop, and I'm going to tell you right now, I am incredibly excited to see what these 2 athletes can do. We are purposely streaming this matchup on Facebook Live to give you a sample of what American Combat Wrestling is all about. And I'm telling you right now, Zach, this is not the opening contest. This is the match that could steal the night.
Absolutely correct. We may be functioning on might be bizarro world here. This is potential main event caliber talent here that we are opening this show with.
Show of respect from Snoop Stripes, the big man, Mr. Grimm. For a guy who weighs in at a number of body bags, Snoop, I would be careful.
As I say, that is an icy demeanor from Mr. Grimm.
See both men sizing each other up. Snoop will absolutely have the speed advantage, and you see immediately going after the knee. Smart move by Snoop.
I was going to say, you've got somebody who's...
Yeah, pinfall, 2 count only.
You've got somebody who's twice your body weight in body bags. You've got to go for the legs. It's all about speed, speed, speed for Snoop Strikes here.
Yeah, not wrestling his opponent. The drop toe hold there to the front chancery. Snoop Strikes is a young man who has both that amateur background on top of his speed, but wow! And he lands on his feet. Grimm throwing Snoop about 10 feet across the ring, and Snoop landed on his feet.
Say that is the textbook definition of cat-like reflexes out of Snoop Strikes.
Snoop gets under the clothesline, able to do a flying head scissors that throws Grimm into the corner here.
Much like trying to take out the legs, it's all about using the momentum against him.
Whoa! How about that? A monkey flip, but Grimm landed on his feet. And ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time seeing Mr. Grimm, I got news for you. He is the epitome of do not judge this book by the cover. A very agile big man to go along with that strength.
And Snoop Strikes might have just poked the bear one too many times here.
Or it's paying off, at least thus far. Snoop able to keep that distance away from Grimm. Catching him again from behind here, but Grimm able to put on the brakes. Holds on to the ropes here. And takes out Snoop with a lariat.
Goodness. Just completely, like the soul almost left Snoop Strike's body there.
No, you're not kidding, and I know goodness would have been a 4-letter word. This wasn't a PG show here. Because I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing a mugging here. as the monstrous Grim just beats on Snoop.
Well, and that's, of course, one of the biggest things Snoop was worried about going into this matchup. A guy Grim's size, a strike from him is like the same as like 5 shots from a regular-sized man. So as soon as he catches you, you are immediately in danger.
And did you hear that shot, Zach, reverberate through the entire Gulf View Event Center here? That was the chest of a human being, not a gunshot. And Snoop, though, able to put on the brakes with the uppercut. Beautiful elevation on that drop kick, taking Grim out. And Grim has to catch his breath here and really regroup.
Well, that's the key here for Snoop. This is not just about confidence or about, you know, getting the crowd to chant your name. It's about mind games. What a strike from Snoop Strikes.
And they're in a bad place here, Zach. On the apron, bad things can happen just like that. And Snoop is taken headfirst into the post.
The actual hardest part of the ring post. And that is a complete momentum change here.
All metal, all steel in the face of Snoop, who still is showing that injury, whatever had happened to his eye.
I was saying, he's only got one good eye left. He can't be affording risks like that.
And you can see Grim jaw-jacking here with the ACW faithful. Definitely confident right now. He's going to be able to take control, but you can see Snoop still fighting back.
And again, those clubbing blows raining down from Mr. Grim. That will put a stop to any amount of momentum.
Wow! A standing fall-away slam, except he didn't do the fall-away part. He was all strength, throwing the man up and over.
That wasn't a fall-away slam as much as it was just tossing out the dirty laundry. Just hurling a full-grown man like it was nothing.
And you hear again ACW faithful trying to will Snoop back to his feet, but what a boot! They talk about things like mafia kicks right there.
That was the whole criminal underworld, not just the mafia. There was everything behind that kick.
And you are right, and you see Grim goading on the Gulf View Event Center. Cheer for him again.
Well, Snoop Strikes has always been a fan favorite around here. Even if he is a one-eyed bandit, he is still the people's unsung champion. And Mr. Grim is looking to send a message here.
Yeah, pinfall. 2 count only, but definitely you can see the trouble Snoop is in right now. Pain obviously in the back, and I can really imagine what other parts of his body must be in pain after all the beating. Obviously his head as he gets choked again.
That tree trunk-like leg of Mr. Grim coming down right in the back of the head, back of the neck.
And using almost all of that 5 count there, avoiding the disqualification, but choking the man, like you said, with all his weight. I don't know what body bags weigh, but I bet this guy's at least 280.
And he's throwing that weight around. And Snoop Strikes has got to rethink a strategy here because I don't know how much more he's going to be able to absorb this.
And that clubbing forearm across the chest, caving in the chest of Snoop Strikes here. And again, trying to get behind Snoop, maybe giving him some life, got a boot up, slowing down Grim. Can Snoop continue here? No! He was just caught.
Just perfect product placement, yoinked him right out of the air. What a neck breaker.
Yeah, indeed, like an inverted, almost TKO, pinfall. Only a 2 count. You can see the shock on the face of Grim. I cannot get over the strength to catch the man in the fireman. Drop him into that neck breaker, TKO style, and just that club and forearm, this is it.
So Mr. Grim thinking that he's got the bounty picked up, he's a hitman for hire, and maybe be cashing that check just a little too soon.
Like we talked about, this is a man holding gold all over the Northeast.
Now he's picked up a new contract here in the South, and that means bad news.
Well, that's it. This is really his weekend to show what he can do to WWN. And if he defeats Snoop Strikes here tonight, I think the big man may have wasted a bit too much time trying to get the top rope.
Well, Trevin, between the proving ground on Wednesday nights and here, it's all about getting on the radar, getting on people's lips. And a win over Snoop Strikes, I don't care if it's the first match, last match, whatever. A win over Snoop Strikes gets people talking.
And you can see, though, Grim has been able to get Snoop back onto the mat. He's known for a 450. Is he going to do it?
No way.
Yes, he is. This is the explosion-nation. No water in the pool, though. Air just got knocked out of the lungs of the huge Grim. But picture-perfect 450 minus the landing.
I demand to see that footage that had to be doctored. There is no way a man that was done.
A man that size landing on Snoop would have caved in his entire body. Snoop, though, he's feeling the people here in the Gulfview Event Center. Using those ropes, getting back to his feet here. Woo! Yeah, beautiful 2 boots right to the midsection of Grim. And another drop kick from Snoop Strikes.
Snoop digging down deep here. Everything he's got left. Whoa! Might have put himself out with that. No! Adrenaline pumping.
So much rotation there. Whole building coming alive for Snoop. Catching him in the corner. We've seen this from Snoop before.
Oh, this is vintage Snoop Strikes right here. What a blockbuster!
And he's not done yet, Zach.
High rent district. Time to test that depth perception. What a frog splash!
Can he capitalize, though? The damage has been done to Snoop. He's got the leg hook. No! 2 and God, what, 9/10? How close was that?
Math is not my strong suit, Trevin. That was incredible. Both these men leaving it all in the ring here because they know how important Luck of the Irish is. They know how important it is to get on the radar for ACW. They want those top spots, and a performance like this is how you get on that path.
Well, that's it. If I'm Snoop Strikes, making my return for the first time in quite a few months, my goal is to show I am top dog in ACW. As you can see those kicks right there. Snoop is a crowd favorite. Snoop has nearly been to the top here. You mentioned it. Former cruiserweight champion, a hair away from becoming the heavyweight champion. But now facing a tall challenge in the up-and-comer Mr. Grimm, who honestly might have about the same amount of experience or just a little bit more than Snoop. He is well-traveled as well. This is a heck of a matchup.
No, on Snoop Strikes, as you said, he is comfortable being an underdog. He was so close to becoming our heavyweight champion last year. Last time we saw him was in November, Dangerous Intentions, and what a comeback for 2019 it would be by scoring a victory over someone the likes of Mr. Grimm.
But you can see Grimm not staying down, pulling himself back to his feet. Whoa! 2 huge boots kicking away Snoop Strikes.
Folding him up.
Looks for that spinning lariat, but instead Snoop able to get the heel kick in. Is he thinking sliced bread?
No carbs tonight.
Grimm just monstrous. What a counter, and now the bear hug. Smart offense from the big Mr. Grimm.
And Snoop tried everything he can to break free. Sweep the leg once again.
That is a great way to break free for Snoop Strikes as he sweeps that leg. But look at Grimm, what a pounce! He pounced him across the building.
He was almost in the parking lot there.
Gotta say, I concur with the ACW faithful on that one. Snoop's got a 10 count out here. I don't know how he's gonna answer.
Again, just A, there is no way to land pretty when you get hit by a freight train. 2, I don't know what Snoop could possibly have left, and now Mr. Grimm looking to go for the kill here.
Yeah, indeed, not wasting any time, not looking for a count out, looking to take advantage, strike while the iron is hot, and Snoop's in peril. And I'll tell you right now, if he gets back in that ring, but the damage has been done as well. In the case of Grimm, you can see he's moving slower.
I'll say both men so sluggish here. Again, either one may not know where they are. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Small package.
2 count only, but Snoop nearly able to catch the big man off guard there.
So you want to talk about Hail Mary? Might be move. Wow.
Spinning lariat takes out Snoop. This has got to be it.
Turn Snoop Strikes inside out here.
He calls this contract complete. If he hits this, that is the end of it. But wait, no! Counter into the spinning DDT! It was Grimm going for the spinning tombstone, but instead, Snoop scouted the man and had the counter.
Again, do or die situations here, Trevin. Snoop up and over! Sticks the landing beautifully.
Gotta capitalize here. And in this case, it's Snoop we're saying that about. He's thrown Grimm back in. Grimm's looking wobbly legged.
Sliced bread, number dos. Lateral press. That's it.
Here is your winner, Snoop Strikes!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, if that was your first sample of American Combat Wrestling, That gives you an idea of what we have to offer. And if you want to stay with us here tonight with ACW Luck of the Irish, you need to join the club. Club WWN. It's only $9.99. You get every WWN family event. That's Evolve, Shine Wrestling, FIP, and more, both live and video on demand. Go to WWNlive.com for all the details here on Club WWN. What a showing from the returning Snoop Strikes. And how about Mr. Grimm? Heck of a debut, even in defeat. He'll get another chance this weekend as a part of Full Impact Pro Ascension 2019. That'll be tomorrow evening, March the 3rd. You will be able to watch that live on Club WWN. But for those of you watching on Facebook Live, we are going to stream one more match. Do not dilly-dally. You want to get yourself over. WWNlive.com, Club WWN. Stay with us here. Luck of the Irish. We have an incredibly stacked card. As you already heard, our main event, we're going to have the Tag Team Championships defended Precipice facing Blanco Loco and Joey Osborne. And of course, heavyweight champion Damian Angel facing former tag team partner, as Zach put it, nearly 20 years together with Eddie Torres. They were the state line, they were ACW tag team champions. And tonight they very well may destroy each other here.